Hey guys, welcome back to Electrical Car Repair Live. Our mission at the garage is to save you guys as much money as we can. That's why we make these absolutely free videos and we teach you how to fix your car for free. Let's go ahead and start on it now. In today's video, guys, if you have a Mazda, Mazda CX-7, guys, and you're trying, guys, to test your upstream oxygen sensor, stay with us and we'll explain, guys, how to do that. Now, all you need is a super inexpensive scanner that's very cheap. You can find it, guys, listed. We'll have the link in the description of the video below, and we'll explain what we're looking for and how we know that the sensor is good. Now, we'll, guys, have more than 200 videos on this car and every car we get at the shop, because our mission is to save you guys as much money as we can. So please subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave a comment below, guys, and let us know if the video was helpful. So let's go ahead, start on it, and show you how we know if the upstream oxygen sensor is good. This is the oxygen sensor before the catalytic converter. The one for past the catalytic converter, it's a different procedure, and we'll have the video about this one as well. So let's start on it now. So this is the scanner right here, guys. This is the Mazda CX-7 2010, but even if you have a different year, it's the same procedure. All we need to do now, go inside, and you need to find your OBD port, and connect your scanner, right there, right under the steering wheel, and it will light up. You can see scanner is working now. So let me explain now, what we need to do now, guys. You will need to start your car and you need to let it run, You need to let it run for at least 5 minutes, before you can test the oxygen sensors. Now, ours was running right before I started making the video for about 5 minutes. You can see the coolant is warm, so we're ready to go. This is the scanner, guys, and what we need to do, we need to select OBD now, right here, and it will take a little bit of time to communicate with the computers and all that stuff. Perfect. And later, we'll need to select enter. Ask us if it wants to delete previously stored data on that scanner. You say yes, we don't need anything from the past. Now it gives you two modules. Usually one of those will contain the oxygen sensor reading, but it's hard to tell which one, guys. The only way is to just select one and see if it's there. One will have many components to see the live data for, one will have just a few. So we select live data now, and it will take a little bit of time. You can see it's reading all the PIDs. Usually the one that has the oxygen sensor reading, it will go past 40 here, so that will be the correct one. And this is the correct one in our case. I got it from first time somehow. Now we'll see view data. Make sure you stay until the end. I'll share something with you and we'll compare graphs and all that stuff. So we'll click first complete data set, and under complete data set you can see your coolant temperature 82 degrees. We'll scroll down, and let me just go to the next page. This is sensor 2, bank 1 sensor 2. This is the oxygen sensor past the catalytic converter. We don't need this one, so we skip to the next page. Again, we keep going to the next page. Catalytic temperature, you can see it's about 545, so it warmed up. And now what we need, guys, right here, this is oxygen sensor bank 1 sensor 1. That's the sensor that we need, and it says in milliamps the reading. Now I'll go back and we'll select custom data set. Under custom data set, we're going to select now, let me go to the next parameter here. We'll select RPM, then I'll go down and we'll select the oxygen sensor right here, and we click enter. Now those are the two things that we're seeing. Car is idling at 700 RPMs, and sensor, guys, stays around 0 milliamps. Now check out what will happen if I rev the car up a little bit. It goes up and down, right? I can go ahead actually and just select the graph for this one. And you can see how it goes to 2, 1, 3 almost. and then it will zero itself and it will show 0. Check it out. It will be around 0, plus minus something little. Now I'll go back. Okay, and I'm going to hold it at around, guys, okay, 1000 RPMs, and check it out, it shows 0. I'll hold it at 2000 RPMs steady. It's about 0, guys. I'll hold it at about 3000 RPMs. Again, it's 0. 4000. It stays around 0, guys. And even if I open the graph for the oxygen sensor, every time I hold the RPM steady, it will just go back down to 0. Okay, you can see it eventually levels itself. If I give it gas, it will go back up, it will go down, and then it will zero itself. So a good sensor, guys, will always go back to 0 at steady RPMs, 0 millivolts. That means that you have the perfect mixture. Okay, if it doesn't change, if it stays all the way up or high or low, then most likely it's a bad sensor. But at steady RPMs, it will be around 0, guys. Okay, and when it idles, you might notice a little bit in the negative numbers, but that's perfectly fine. That's very little deviation right there. And now it's 0 itself. So that's it, guys. That's how we know if the sensor is good on Mazda CX-7. Thank you for watching, guys. If you need to buy replacement sensors and all that stuff, we have it listed in the description of the video below and see where you can buy yours. So thank you for watching. Hopefully, guys, the video was helpful and we were able to save you money. We guys have more than 19,000 free repair videos on our YouTube channels. Check them out. We have videos that can save you thousands of dollars in future repairs. Thank you for watching and see you guys next time.